Hey, I just wanted to demonstrate, I think, a issue, an error that I found in a Excel function for getLastInspector. Here is the getLastInspector that includes Excel functions, and it uses a sort array. So what it does is basically the purpose of it is to find the last inspector that performed an inspection that does not equal scheduled, usually used on like IRSA events to find who the last inspector was, so that it can, schedule another inspector later or another inspection later with the last inspector or something like that. But anyway, the issue I found though comes from the sort, this compare function here that it's using to sort those inspections by the scheduled date. So we got a complaint from an agency that said, hey, what they're using it for was they were getting a notification, an email that gives who resulted in inspection, like after the inspection is done, it goes to like their management. And so they noticed that they were getting like weird results in that. So it would be like somebody that didn't perform that inspection, and it said in the email, hey, it was performed by this other person, but it wasn't. So the script for that was up here. I've already fixed it here. So what it was is, it was getting the staff emails, and it was constructing the email parts and getting the last inspector. I added this custom on here, but I think, it should be changed in the product, I believe. So I included this custom function in here to get this. I changed this instead of what it was doing was it was doing a less than. So the problem was, okay, let me just get to the problem. It was getting the scheduled date, get epic milliseconds less than the B, the second item in the compare function, get epic milliseconds. But it's treating it like a string, I believe. So I was getting weird results where I noticed that if I got a bunch of inspections, and here, let me just do this. So if I did a script tester, and if I look at the milliseconds that it outputted after it had sorted this here, I told it to output the milliseconds that it sorted. So, and this is what it gave me. This is the index number in the array, and this is what it sorted it to. So you can see, looks pretty good up until here. This one should be the first one. This should be the second one. This should be the third. Well, if I just sort it here and here, you'll see that 0, 2, 1. This is what it should have been. So I think it was sorting it as a string instead of a number somehow, or something else. I don't know. So to fix that, I did, instead of a less than, I did a minus, and that treats it like a number. Although I changed it to ascending, because what I did because if I do that, I could say B minus A. So I could say B minus A, and this would be descending instead of ascending. And I might have to change some of these around too, because it gets null. If it finds null, then it returns false or true based on that. But I haven't gone through the logic of figuring what all that is yet. So I just kept it the same. I think it's actually, from what it looks like, it was actually ascending before, pretty much. It was trying to do ascending, so I'm not even sure it was correct. Begin with when it was a less than sign. But anyway, so what I did was like I said, I did the minus, and I did a reverse on that. Oh, let me go back to that function here. Yeah, so after it sorts it, it reverses the array so that it is descending after that. Then it goes, loops through it, and if it doesn't, also I did change this too, because it was returning things like pending inspections. So I included scheduled, rescheduled, pending, and the two different spellings of canceled, which I've never seen this spelling before, but just in case. If it doesn't match any of these results or the statuses, then it'll give you the inspector. I can show you this in practice if you want. So if let's see. So I was using this record number for this agency called JCCAL, Jefferson County. They have 8 different inspections here. A couple of them are scheduled, but let me just include some things here. So this is a script tester. I got this. Let me just comment this out. And I'll do I'll get the original one that's still in there. And I'll show you what it does. So go here. And it says that the last inspector was admin. And that's not true. If I look at these, the last inspector should have been Tari Holt, because this is scheduled, it's not resulted yet. So actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking for scheduled inspection. So yeah, it's still Tari Holt, but this is the inspection it should have picked up because it failed, and it's an annual inspection. So I told it to look for annual inspection. All right, so what it is looking at, where it's getting that admin is from this one down here, which is, for some reason, they don't have an admin user anymore. I think that that's a horrible idea, but they don't have the admin inspector, or they don't have an admin user at all in their environment. So anyway, and so back when they did have an admin user, they resulted it here. So that's why it's showing up empty, because in the database it still has that admin user in there. So we can see what's going on if we do. I'm going to change this back to less than, and we'll use this compare. Let's get rid of this altogether, and uncomment this out. And I'm going to go ahead and say here, let's see. Before, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and comment this too. Let me just do schedule date. Let me qualify this. If that's null, then I'm going to say null. Otherwise, convert date. Okay. I'm gonna do this. And also, I'm gonna do this. Copy this. Okay. Schedule date. Okay. So let's see what we get for this. I still have that reverse in there. I'm gonna take this out so that what we get now. All right. So originally, this is what I was getting. I was getting September 25th, 2020, then October 6th. So it was already looking like it was going ascending instead of descending. But then it goes back to October 5th. And then January 13th, 2021, 15th, April 22nd, 23rd. So that looks okay if it was ascending, except for these two need to be switched. Oh, there's January 28th, then it goes back to January 25th or 15th. So yeah, you got some weird. That's basically what I've printed out here. Is that it should be this 0th, and then number 2 is the next one, October 5th, and then 1, and then 3, 6. Oh, you know what? I've messed around with the. Okay, I did this a lot earlier than I've played around with different inspections. I've scheduled and deleted some inspections. So this is not right anyway. But yeah. So it looks like it should be kind of on the other side. Here's those milliseconds though, and it should be sorting on these, but it's sorting it by hard to say because I would have thought if this was like a string that this would have come after this, but anyway, it's not sorting correctly, and so I don't know if this is going to be an issue that needs to be corrected in Excel, includes Excel functions, but I would say it should be looked into anyway. But once I change, I don't want that. I want this. So I'm gonna change this back to minus, and I'm gonna put my reverse back in there so it actually does get my latest inspector. Yeah, okay. Got my minus. Now should be the latest is first, and that's next. All the dates look like they're in order descending now. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you.